Hello everybody, back here again for another vlog a day, and today was Tuesday the 2nd, and today the weather was stunningly beautiful again. Hardly a cloud in the sky. It's amazing how blue the sky can be this time of year when there's no clouds up there. I don't know, it's one of those things I caught myself again, just relaxing back, laying on my back, staring up at the blank sky, which we rarely ever here in Iowa see blank skies. It was just, it's such a gorgeous, such a gorgeous view of nothingness. It's kind of a cool deal. So, kind of almost, don't really know if I want to call it meditated, but I did really do a little bit of last couple days out with like some just self-reflecting, absolute silence, no radio, no podcast, no nothing going on. Just sitting there trying to do my best to think about nothing. And I'm not really quite going into the whole world of meditation quite yet because I don't feel like I don't know, feel like I'm not succeeding if I don't meditate and get to a full euphoric state. But I'm working on just shutting things down for just a few minutes at a time. Nothing really major. Just kind of seeing how it goes. And it was the blue skies, the emptiness of the blue sky is really making that much easier. So went ahead, just kind of enjoyed that a little bit today. But that was kind of, midday going on. But got up this morning, got a handful of stuff done. I don't know, kind of really felt like, it felt a little off. I got showered and stuff and got got changed in different clothes and kind of felt a little better than I still felt a little off. Got some food. My foot's really bugging me. I slept without my boot last night, which I'm not really sure was a good idea or not. Didn't sleep the night. The dog climbed up in the bed and he was moving around. He kind of stomped my foot at one point and that sucked a lot. So tonight I'm planning on sleeping my boot again. I've been doing way too much with my foot out, but I just got shit I gotta get done. I got so much I gotta get done. I've got some plans that's coming up way too soon, very, very soon. I got so much to do before I get into that next little project / trip thing, whatever you want to call it. So I went ahead, was out working on the van today, got the oil changed, got some antifreeze, radiator flush, coolant flush stuff put in there. I'm going to run it for a few hours before I actually drain it out to let the cooling system get pumped through. Went ahead and actually flushed out the radiator in my mom's car for her, changed her antifreeze. I usually change antifreeze every 2 to 3 years in a vehicle, and I think hers has been 3. So went ahead and done that. I'm going to write a note, put it inside the car so I'll know when it needs done again. Might just set up a reminder on my iPhone to basically still sync on my Mac and just tell it to remind me in 2 years to change the antifreeze and flush out the system again. So went ahead, did that, got the oil change in the van. It's first time I changed since I've had it. I should have done it before, but I've only got a couple hundred miles on it, I think, maybe since I bought it. So went ahead, changed the oil in it, did it myself. I probably spent as much money as it costs to go to the shit dealership here in town that'll change your oil for like $16.95. And the problem with it is they give you the lowest quality filter and the absolute lowest quality Pennzoil oil out there. And unless you're in a desperate need and you're super behind schedule or it's wintertime, you don't feel like being with your vehicle, it's not worth it. I spent the same money. I buy good Castrol GTX oil. Just had a good filter also. It makes a huge difference. So I am going to go ahead and order myself a new drain plug for it. The drain plug's fine. I always put a magnetic drain plug in my vehicles, and nobody had one in stock the same size that I needed, so I got to order one of those. So I like to have that. And I also in the past have done, I just forgot, I haven't been doing it for a while. I must have let the magnet go with the vehicle. I always put a big magnet on the end of my oil filters. It just magnetizes right to the end of the oil filter. And the nice part about that is the fact that all the shit gets stuck in the oil filter, and when you change your oil filter, you throw it all away. Most time, I know guys have done that in the past also, will take a big magnet and stick to the bottom of the oil pan itself, and I'm not a fan of that because that ever gets knocked off, all that metal shavings that had been in your oil over the time frame since your last oil change would have been moving around nicely. The problem with being on the bottom of the pan, if that magnet ever gets kicked off, you just have a big chunks of the whole pile of all that metal's coming up instantaneously, and there's no way of getting that metal out of the bottom of the oil pan. That's the problem I have with it. So now I guess if you epoxied the magnet onto the bottom so it could never come off the oil pan, maybe that'd make sense. But even then, if I have metal shavings, I want it to be filtered out as it goes through slowly, or on the end of the drain plug. Every time I pull one out, no matter what vehicle it's on, there's always little tiny chunks of metal shavings in there. Even my brand new Subaru, the first oil change I done, I stuck one of those magnets on there. Second oil change I done, which would have been like 5,000 miles, and it had little metal shavings in it too. So even the brand new vehicles had the same thing. I always put them on there. I like to be able to wipe them off on a towel, throw them away, and not have them just sitting in an oil pan in giant cluster of stuff. So when it hits, kind of like, I guess if you're out and you got a little bit of dust blowing around, you get a little dust in your eyes, you can kind of flush it out with your eyes and close your eyes. But if somebody took that month's worth or year's worth of dust and threw it all in your face all at once, it's going to really irritate your eyes. I look at the metal shavings in my oil pan the same way. So got that done. Like I said, didn't have the oil plug, so I have to get a new one of those ordered. I did get the measurements off the drain plugs. I'll know what size to order next time, which is awesome, which I'll get it done. Went ahead and stopped by the mechanic shop that I've been trying to get some work done with, and I don't know, I know they're busy and stuff and things happening, crap, and whatever, and there's things going on in their shop, but they don't seem like, almost like they don't want to do the work I need done next. So who knows? I went ahead and found a new shop and talked to those guys. I'm going to have them at least one of the projects I'm going to schedule in. I stopped by there today. He went deer hunting, so the boss was actually there. I'm going to go ahead and schedule the first project, and hopefully they can do the second project also, which is my air conditioning needs to be recharged and rebuilt, whatever. So hopefully they can get that figured out. If not, I'll have to go back to their shop, because they will, well, actually I don't know if they'll do it. The owner of the shop talks like he's willing to do it, but the head mechanic, he don't know if he wants to take it on or not, so I don't know who makes the decisions there, but we'll figure it out. I think with the pump, the pulley system, I'm going to say to hell with it and put an actual air pump back on there. So I also was confused. They told me the air pump was like $300, and I can buy one for $154 at Napa. So there was different ones, but the most expensive was like $2 something, and they're saying the most expensive one was almost $400. So I'm not sure what the hell is up with that one, but I'm gonna go ahead and say heck that. I did get the numbers off of it, so I can go find out which one it is. There was like 4 different ones it could have been. So I got the numbers. I'll go find that out, and hopefully get that ordered and get it in, and then have the shop at least put that part in, get a new belt ordered, and everything else that needs to be done. So that's a fun thing. So after that, like I said, I gotta get the air conditioning charged up. I've got the new paneling tore out. I'm gonna go, I think tomorrow. I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I think tomorrow I might go on up to Des Moines from there, or I might hold off and go Thursday. I don't know quite yet. So we'll see. I gotta go up there and get some insulation so I can finish insulating the van before I put the paneling up and continue along the way of building that thing. It's just going along so slowly, but a lot of it's just that delay of everything. So I'm trying to find what sound deadening stuff I want to use for the metal and whatnot, and it's just, everything takes time. So I went ahead, I was out there, like I said, way too long with that today. I also had the water meter reader come by, and Bruce was out, and the guy like freaked out. He's like, "Is that dog tied up?" And I'm like, "No, he's fine. He ain't gonna bug you." He's like, "Well, it needs to be tied up." And I'm like, "No, it doesn't. It's on my property. It doesn't have to be tied up, and he's not gonna leave my side." I was underneath the van. I just kind of leaned out. I said, "He ain't gonna leave my side unless I tell him to." And the guy was like kind of all weird about it and stuff. And I said, "Just take the measurement. It's fine. Worst case scenario, he's gonna try and like shove you down." And the guy's like ran over and tried to scan the meter real quick and took off, and he didn't get it scanned, so I had to come back. So it was pretty funny. I was laughing at him, and there was a tiny part of me that wanted to scream as he was getting 35 feet away or so, just yell, "Get him!" to Bruce, because the fact that Bruce would chase after him like hell as like a playful thing, but the dude seemed all paranoid and weird as hell. I didn't really want to dick with it, so didn't say a word. Bruce just watched the guy go away. He literally never took a step towards him, nothing. It was pretty funny. So that was one of those things where normally he would have ran up and greeted the guy. So I think it must have been the fact that he sensed that dude was not a cool dude. Like he didn't act like he wanted to be around that guy at all, which is odd. It's only the second person he's ever done that to. So, but that was kind of interesting, the whole process. Like I said, hopefully get the van figured out. Like I said, I'm just having a hard time with the shop. That the mechanic that I thought was hopefully going to become a mechanic currently is not going to become my mechanic. So anyway, that's pretty much all I got for now. Also, I have not heard anything back on the quote. The price it's going to cost me to run power out to my garage, and it's kind of getting annoying. It's been way too long now, so I'm going to call them up and say, "Hey, what the hell's the deal? What's the numbers you got?" So anyway, that's all I have for the moment. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.